as your final exam, if you will. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and take it away?
Alright, well, I'm Shane Gaudia.
I'm Shane.
I'm Joshua Lamb.
I'm Peter Johnson.
And we felt that one of the best ways to improve student life on campus is improving the mailroom efficiency. Everyone uses the mailroom at some point in time. A lot of people use it multiple times per month or even multiple times per week. So since it's such an important part of student life, we felt that it should definitely be something that we should push for a change. Alright, so this is kind of our agenda for improving mailroom efficiency on campus. So first off, introducing the problem, which is basically just stating the issue at hand. Next is our recommendation, which is talking about what we're going to do to fix this issue. Next is our audience, where we're talking about the 3 people that we potentially reach out to in order to make this change and ask for support. Next is our 4 concerns, which is minimal costs, student jobs, increase in revenue, and reducing traffic. And we focus on the questions how and why we can make this change. Okay, so also practices outside of Elon for schools and other organizations that have also done changes to their mailroom. Data from students around campus to see their opinion on the mailroom, and also support that we can ask for our audience, followed by Q&A and a thank you.
So this is a picture of the mailroom as it is today. There are lines all throughout campus sometimes, and the wait times for these can go maybe 30 minutes to an hour at times. And we believe that by cutting down on wait listing times, that we don't have to go through such long periods of time in lines.
Alright, so our official recommendation is we recommend improving the Elon Mail Center efficiency by establishing an electronic queue system. And like everybody's been to DMV and kind of looks at the pictures right there. So instead of someone telling you to sign, you would still go up and swipe your card, but instead you just take a ticket and you just go out and do whatever you do through Mosley. And you can reference back to the TV screens throughout Mosley, and they'll like look like this kind of, but like the idea behind this is to have more people in the back of the mail center like actually getting the packages instead of having people like scanning away and saying like please sign and then go and do it. And then as far as our audience goes, we wanted to specifically reach out to Cedric Bozeman because he's the manager of mail services and he has the power to actually implement this change. And we wanted to get in touch with John Dooley too because he is head of student life. And we felt that he was the strongest advocate for the students because this is a primary student issue. And then we just wanted everybody's support from like us with all grades because we know that like next to funding this is one of the biggest student life issues. And the cost for this, like Mosley already has a lot of TVs, but all you need is a large TV and a queue system. And we felt like that, like buying a TV for this and a queue system is like, there's a lot of benefits that will come that will go a long way from just buying a TV and a queue system, which Shane will talk about.
Alright, so this will also offer a lot of opportunities for student jobs around campus. We feel that the mail center is often very understaffed, and the people, like Jan said, are scrambling around in front. And so we feel that more people should be put in the back in order to give more people an inclination to work at the mail center, just because it would be less stressful, and also be more efficient. So it would give students more of an inclination to go to the mail center.
Okay, so one of the concerns that I have, a positive concern concerning the new queue system in the mailroom would be the free time that people have, students have that are not staying in lines now. They can possibly benefit from going to Tokyo, the Freshie, or Arazu Coffee. Like they can do whatever they want to instead of staying in line. So that would potentially increase revenue for those places inside of Mosley. That would be a positive. And also reducing traffic. So this is kind of a short line. It's not really that long, but just kind of show you how long it can get, like coming out to the common area of Mosley. So if you were walking through there, like tour guides are giving tours, or you're just going through there on a normal day, like you're busy, you're not looking, you're on your phone. That's what students do these days. It's safer to have a short line, and it's more efficient for people not to have to wait in line.
practices outside of Elon. From the pictures, we see Bloomsburg University and East Tennessee State University. Both of these schools have implemented smart locker systems in order to cut down on wait-in lines and having people wait for their packages or being closed at 5 p.m. Instead, they have smart locker systems which allows mail-centered people to put your package in the smart lockers. They can notify you when your package is ready, and you can pick it up 24/7. There's no wait period for it. You just need to put in a code, one-time code, and you can put it into the smart locker and get your package, and the one-time code is then expired, and then it can go on to the next student that gets the package. And then data from students. Earlier this month, we also released a survey, and we asked these 4 questions. Are you satisfied with the service in the mailroom? 57.9% said yes, while 42.1% said no. How frequently do you get a package per month? 63.2% said they received 1 to 2 packages, and then the other biggest number was 3 to 4 packages, which was 31.6%. And then how often do you stand in lines in mailrooms? The biggest number was 47.7 for way too often, and then 31.6% said I see the line and then I leave and wait for it to shorten. And then would you like to see some type of change in the mail center? The big number for this, 68.4%, said they want to see some type of change in the mail center in coming years.
So please support our cause. We think that there is minimal risk and maximum upside to what we're trying to do with the queue system in Mosley, the mailroom. We think it will benefit the whole student body as a whole and be a minimal cost, so please support us.
Any questions?
Great. Who wants to start?
Is it just random questions or?
Yes, just questions and try to direct them towards an individual if that'll be easier for them.
I mean, I don't think it's direct, but like, do you know the cost of maybe installing one of the lockers?
For installing the lockers, I knew it would cost more than the queue system would, so that's why we went with the queue system instead, because it was a cheaper option and had the same basic principles.
Yeah, the queue system is more, or the small locker system, is more to like introduce practice from other colleges, just so you can kind of show that like other colleges are making changes, so like we should too.
Okay. Next question. Wait.
Do you know like roughly how much like time would be saved if we went to the system you guys were proposing? Would it like put the wait time down to like a quarter or half?
Well, there's obviously the time where you have to walk in and wait on the line, but even aside from that, even when you get up to like the front of the line, you still have to scan your Phoenix card, you have to sign something, and then they have to go and find it. So no matter how long that takes, like it's definitely like going to be more efficient to go to the queue system.
Do you know how many more people you're gonna have in the back? Like, do you think you'd have like 10 people in the back or like 30 people in the back?
It would be something that you probably try to test out, because you don't want to put too many people back there or too little. So, I mean, you probably like test the waters first, but since there's only 2 people up there, maybe, I don't even think you need that many more people back there, probably another like 2 or 3. But if that's too stressful for the people that work there, they can obviously make some changes.
One more question. Who's gonna ask?
Alright.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you know where you put the monitor, if you did like a weight monitor, where it was that you tried to?
Probably closer to the entrance of the mail center, where like the mailboxes usually are. You can put maybe a screen there, and then you can show people walking by how many people are in line or how many people are currently in service, that sort of thing.
Alright, well, thank you for your time, and hopefully you all support our cause.
So, guys, 1 feedback sheet for your whole team.
Alright.
So fill that out now. You can do it here or back there. So I'm going to come around in a minute and pick up your feedback sheets.
Just say big, right? You have a pen? I never have a pen.
Thank you. That's so, such a building there, right? Do we do one scoop right now?
No, yeah, just one.
Just
one,
one.
All right, so, while you're finishing that, why don't we start giving them, some feedback? What things did they do well?
And
John.
the graphics were really good about the charts. They're really like, instead of just having the numbers, like, I don't know why the charts just made it like in their favor.
And which chart were you talking about?
Like the pie charts.
Okay, yeah, so that was for the student survey?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, also another good technique they use, right? You took that step to do that. What else did they do well? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Try it right.
their pictures, they show the picture of the actual line, I thought that was important, if, you've never seen the full line, I guess.
Right. I was looking for something, it was good that you showed the picture, something a little more specific. What's the average wait time? Is it 30 minutes? Is it 15? Is it 2? So, Chick-fil-A line is a lot faster than a McDonald's line, right? So give me a sense of what that would look like. That would be an even stronger, any way you can quantify your information, the better. What other things did they do well? Yes.
I felt like they used like a professional tone the whole way through the presentations. They treated it like it was a real business presentation.
Yeah, good diction, professional tone, really good energy, Josh, coming from you. The others, you guys could have picked it up a little bit more. So what happens though when we're nervous? What happens? It pulls our gestures and our facial expressions back. It's just a natural thing. So you have to kind of break through that, and sometimes it helps to exaggerate a little bit to have that come out, to have that come across. But really good job in terms of the presence, aside from that. What other things could they have done better?
I think
Riley.
just like going off on like the new system, like it was kind of confusing because they talked about other schools. So I didn't know, it was kind of confusing if they're doing the local or like the Q system.
So if you're going to make a recommendation that there's 2 options, talk to us about the both 2 options and why one over the other, which you didn't really get to till the Q&A. So you probably would need a few more slides in there, and then you would definitely need to have a cost. What is the cost for the locker system? What is the cost for the Q system and the TV monitor? You get a cheapy monitor for next to nothing, especially through the purchasing power of Elon. And that could have been researched. So that's kind of a missed opportunity there. Anything else that they did well or they could have improved? How did they handle the Q&A? Yeah. They had an answer for everything, right? No stumbling. Seemed pretty confident with their answers, right? So that's what you want to see. You want to have that cohesiveness with the team. And I don't think anybody stepped on anybody else's answer. So you don't want to do that. That's called piling on, and it happens in business all the time. And it's usually drives the person who gave the first answer crazy because it makes them look like they were inadequate in answering. So good job for all. I will come around and pick those up from you, and if Will and you guys can just hand them down to Mary Claire, and I'll send them to her. I'll give you a few minutes to finish yours. Thank you for your section. So when you guys are finished with that,
Thank you.
when you guys are finished with that, just hand it over to her. So